Spot on 10:30, Pete.
Morena. Kia ora, everyone. We'll just get started. Kei te whainga tōnu mātou me te tino pai. Ko te whainga, ko te tino pai, he tiri o ngā tu me ngā whia ko tino pai, e haere tahi ana, ki aroa tahi ki a pono hoki ki a koe anō. We are always striving for the best. Your goal is to be the best, to share your successes and the wonderful experiences that come with it. Stay focused and true to yourself. So this session, we are always looking for the best to help you being in front of everybody else and to make you even better than and greater than you are. So here are going to be some initiatives that Carl is going to introduce to you that I think are going to have some significant impact in terms of our business. So Carl, kia ora, over to you. Thanks, and yeah, ka pai.
Good on you. Thanks, Pete. I thank Pete for hijacking his sessions. His sessions are normally full of inspiration and guest speakers, and this is probably not going to be like that. This won't be too long. We've got a lot of things to sort of cover, but it won't be too long. But I do ask if we just hold any questions to the end, and then I'm happy to stay back and just answer any questions you may have about what you're going to see. But let's jump on in. So the first thing we're going to talk about is AIM. We've been with AIM now about that 8-year mark, and when we jumped into AIM, we jumped in wholesale into full-on digital marketing across the board with everything. And we were one of the first companies in Wellington to do so, and did work wonderful to us. We are finding now that those results have started to drop off. Probably over the last 12 months, we've not seen sort of that consistency. We're getting a few errors coming through. It's been a little bit problematic. You can probably guess where I'm going with this. AIM is a one-layer campaign. Its goal has always been just to get clicks into the UPW, and that's basically what it has done for us. And also, it's no longer unique in our marketplace. Every single company almost out there has now got AIM. So it's now not unique. It's actually quite common and quite bland. So we've made the decision that we're going to turn off AIM as of the 18th of October. Okay, so anything running up until then, it's not a problem at all. And the UPWs and, of course, any campaigns that went live will still continue on. Those UPWs will be live for 12 months. So there's not an issue there. We'll still continue on with that. But we have been sourcing a replacement, and we've been working with this for quite a while now. And we're going to move into BeSeen. A couple of you may have already had a sample of this and used this in the past. It's been there available. But BeSeen's, it is different. It is very, very different. So let's look at it. So these are some examples. It's a lot fresher. It's a cleaner look. It has a different way of thinking about things, but there's the single ad there on the left-hand side is a basic sort of ad. These are just examples of what's going through. It does create a video for each of the advertising. If I can get that to play. The one on the left-hand side, the carousel lead generation, something different that we've introduced now. So it's the same property, but with different images all the way through. And that's purely designed to get buyer leads. And those buyer leads will feed straight into you. So it's 3 different types of campaigns running there, along with the standard Google ads there as well. But again, a different look, a fresher approach to things. The sold campaigns that we currently have, unfortunately, those, they're a manual launch. They're not going through on a regular basis. There's a lot of them that just haven't been utilized. So this is the soul campaign for BeSeen. Some of those images are they're just put together to just give you an example there. But more importantly, that soul campaign is automated. As soon as the property is marked as unconditional, that campaign is launched. And that is purely there to promote you, to promote your success. So we want to make sure those go out. So these are now automated throughout. You have your own dashboard. And the difference with this particular model, the dashboard has all your campaigns that you've done in the past. So you can actually have this as a demonstration to the new vendor. This is what you do. This is the style of marketing these are the success you've had. And you can delve into each of the properties and look at the individual results that have happened. And that dashboard there and the results and the actual reporting that you get is a lot more advanced than we've had with AIM. So one of the other key factors that we looked at in why this is so good is because Ray White have invested into BeSeen. And with that investment comes the data transfer. So if somebody goes onto a Ray White website and, for example, is looking northern suburbs 3-bedroom, anything in the last 30 days, if we launch a property in the northern suburbs that's a 3-bedroom, it automatically gets posted out to those guys through social media. And you can see anyone who's looking on the Ray White website there, they get that carousel of all properties that could match their criteria. So we've now got this link back to Ray White data that we never had before. So we're just going to start generating a bit more business out of that as well. So just in summary, so it's fully automated. Currently, you need to approve the ads or admin need to approve the ads with AIM. That's no longer. So as soon as the property is sent live through admin, the campaign will launch automatically. Your videos will be created automatically with every single property. Video content, created automatically. As soon as the property goes unconditional, that soul campaign will go automatically. And again, with no involvement with anybody. Those buyer lead forms also created automatically. You've got your own dashboard there where you can see all your past campaigns, plus a lot more better reporting. That Ray White data website is now linked back in, so we're going to utilize all that. And these are multi-layered campaigns, which basically means instead of just starting the campaign off looking for clicks back to the website, it now looks for that lead generation. It now looks for, it looks for different values and different things, and it constantly changes itself around. It's got the AI built in there that's not going to be a set and forget. It's actually going to keep working until the results coming through. And if it finds that we're getting better results, and for example, on the lead gen side of things, it'll push more into that area. And now we've got something that's unique in our marketplace again. So we're looking to sort of step things up a little bit and go through that. Timeline of what's going to happen. So we've got training coming through starting on the 7th, in person here in the city, and then we'll run a session also in the Hutt City office. October the 8th, we're going to head to the Marsden office. This is where the BeSeen guys are coming in and to go through it. Now, there's not a great deal to learn, to be honest. It's really just about understanding what the product is, what it does, so you can sell this to the vendor as a benefit of listing with you. But actually, once you've got the listing, everything is automated and it'll just happen. You just need to understand how to log into your portal so you can see the results and see what's going on with your particular listings. From that point on, we'll be doing weekly training online for everybody. Just to keep the momentum going, making sure you've covered all the bases and understand this new product. You may not have a listing in this time frame, and you may have one after. So we're just going to make sure that everybody is up to speed. So 18th of October is the last day of the AIM campaign's been automated, and then we launch on the 21st of October. Everything from the 21st of October will have this BeSeen campaign. You still can do AIM. It'll be there as a product like everything else we have that you can opt into to purchase that separately as an upgrade. Okay, so it won't be done automatically from the 18th. That'll be BeSeen from the 21st. Okay. This, I think, is just amazing. The feedback I'm getting from a lot of the agents out there is that everything has fallen away a bit. We needed a revamp. The problem we've had with AIM, I suppose, one of the main issues for me, the company's been bought and sold a couple of times, and every time it gets bought and sold, the level of service and the level of support when things go wrong gets less and less. So confident with the BeSeen product that it is going to be really focused on getting the right results. So there's also some future stuff coming up with it as well. So it's not a one-off stagnant product. Nurture Cloud integration is just around the corner when we get our buyer module coming through, which I'm thinking is later this year, early next. Every buyer inquiry will also feed into Nurture Cloud just to really strengthen that data you've got there as well. The agent profiling, I've seen a sneak preview of this. It looks amazing on the same lines as the property ones with video content and that multi-layered campaign going out there, but that'll be available fairly soon. Auto social media posts. So if you have your own personal social media, Facebook and so forth, connected into the back end, as we do with AIM, as soon as you list a property, it'll automatically post onto your own timeline. So that's another project there. We're also looking to take advantage of the sales you make that actually aren't really publicized, which is those quiet listings of one-offs. Currently, they just sit there and go through and, you know, there's not a really hoopla around that. So we want to try and create a little campaign here that's automated, that as soon as you do a one-off or a quiet listing that sells, that you get the promotion with that sold listing campaign. So that's another one coming. Fast boost. So, you know, if you're having a conversation with the vendor and you want to increase that productivity and increase the amount of hits and views that your marketing's getting, you can get online with it. Within a couple of clicks, you can boost that campaign. So very, very quick. And international. So for those unique properties that may want to push a little bit further out, and then, you know, the North Island or Lower North Island in New Zealand, they're looking at doing some international stuff as well, mainly sort of East Coast Aussie. So that's the BeSeen campaign. Again, we'll roll this out fairly consistently through everybody. Happy to answer any questions at the end if you got some. Moving forward, we're also going to bring in List Now. I know some of you have seen this product already or have heard about this product already. So for List Now, for us, what it really is a payment portal for the vendors advertising. And at its core value, that's what it is, and that's what we love this product for. So vendors can, you know, transfer their funds through their bank or through their credit card and have that payment done. The big thing about this is it comes through clearly. No longer will we have the unknown banking emails coming from Frenetic, because we will have all the data we need through the system that tells us who the money's coming for, what property it is, and what the sales agents it's assigned to. So that's going to speed that process up a lot. Our credit card system at the moment has been a little bit fraught with danger, so this actually solidifies it securely. So all credit card payments from when we launch this will only be able to go through List Now for that secure portal side. For a lot, we will still be taking normal banking as we do currently right now, as we go through the transition into List Now, and we will be for a little while longer as well. So we're not going to cut off, you know, the standard way we take funds at the moment, but we're going to encourage you to get into the List Now. The other side of this particular platform, though, is the option for the vendor to defer the payment on settlement. Okay, so if you want to promote to the vendor a really healthy marketing campaign, $2,500, $3,500, whatever it may be, and they don't have the funds to pay for it up front, that they can opt to defer that and pay that on settlement. Okay, there is a small fee involved in that, $100 and something, not very much at all, but it allows them to take advantage of, you know, the market today. It allows them to take advantage of the campaign that you suggest to them, and allows them then to get into it and get the property on the market. The other option there as well is to increase that funding to do other things. So maybe it's staging, maybe it's painting, maybe it's some small renos. We get a lot of vendors that say, I just need to do this before I put the house in the market, but I can't afford it right now. Well, this is an option. You know, they have an option to fund not only the marketing, but some renovations or some tidy up work or whatever it may be around the property, and all to be paid on settlement. Now, this is something that's between List Now and the vendor, nothing to do with us. This is at no cost to the agent or the company as well. So this is a brilliant process. It's taken us a little while to get to the contract stage right, which protects you and it protects us from anything going on, but it allows you to maybe develop some more business, maybe develop some more marketing for the property and for yourself, and going through with your listing. So there are always those little sticky ones that we want to do more, we can't. Now we've got the opportunity to increase the market, the opportunity maybe to list more property when in the past we couldn't. Maybe the competition was offering no marketing up front. Well, we have the same ability now as well. On the time frame, this only got signed off yesterday. So the training and induction, we've got to sit down with this now and work through that process to make sure it's tight and we understand. This is going to be a bit more heavily involved with individual agents learning the system. So we will take this slow and we will make sure that we go through this properly, and you will understand everything as we go through. We'll make sure it's really, really clear. It's not something that's going to be dumped on you and you get a bit lost. So we'll make sure that everybody understands the process, because it is really, really important that we use this app in the right way. Again, any questions, happy to answer that at the end. What's up next? Everyday artificial intelligence. So this is not a compulsory one or a mandate across the board. This is an individual agent choice. So Eve, and you may have heard this being talked about. I may have talked about it as well, but Eve is that personal AI assistant to clean your Vault database. It is pretty amazing. It integrates with REI and Z. It checks 50 data points on each contact. It is, I chuckle because I don't understand it, because it is amazing. It corrects your errors. It removes sold property. So if you've got a contact in your database that's been in there for 10 years on some property, well, I'll just double check they still own that property. If they don't, it removes the property on. But it also adds current properties. So if you've got a contact in there with no property attached or the wrong property attached, it'll remove the old one and put the correct one in there, and actually attaches the property into Vault. It's pretty amazing. It merges all your duplicates as well. So there's no need to do, this crazy merge duplicate check in Vault, which is a little bit tiresome and cumbersome at times. It'll do that for you as well. Gives you that weekly summary, so you can see everything that's gone on, and you can reverse it if you need to, but you can have a look at what's gone on and have make sure that what it's done is correct. It's currently updating itself on a constant basis. The other day they launched a variation to it where it understands nicknames. So if you've got a contact in the system that's Mick Jones, well, it knows it's Michael Jones. So it looks for that particular contact in the system. Very intelligent. So the idea of this, though, is that you've got clean data then that goes into Nurture Cloud. So your lead generation is going to be even more effective. Cost of this, $100 a month plus GST per agent. So it's an option for you to get into this. $100 a month, in my eyes, I think it's really, really cheap for the job that it does, and you'll see some of the results. We have run a test with this, and when we ran this test, it has the ability to scan 600 contacts a minute. Like, it's just phenomenal, the speed that it can do things. We had a test database of really old crappy data that no one's got. 14,738 contacts. Really ugly, really messy, really dirty database. It cleaned 1,300 contacts in there as duplicates, just merged them all together. It added 1,323 properties. So it went into REI and Z, found the properties that people own, and added them into Vault. It was amazing. It came back and told us it saved 755 hours of admin. So if somebody was to sit down and do the work that it did in a week, it would be 755 hours. And if you add that to minimum wage, it's about 25 grand. So it's an amazing product. And it's something that is, again, unique to us. Okay, there's no one else out there at the moment that has this sort of thing. Well, there are others out there. This one's unique to us in here. Yeah, I'll answer your question at the end there, Tony. So we will be rolling through it and inviting people to get on board. Again, it's not a compulsory thing. It's not everybody's in this program. It's going to be an opt-in basis. So we will be talking, we'll be sending emails out to people to say, hey, if you want to opt in, there is a bit of a wait and a period that you need to go through to get on, because they're really, really busy. You can imagine most of Ray White New Zealand is jumping on board on this. So it is a case of being in a queue to get into the system. But it is a phenomenal system, and you will get an email shortly, and we'll put you in that queue to get things going. What's up next? Bootcamp. So this is more of a lead generation thing than more of a system change. But there's a bootcamp coming up with Ray White's organising. It's an intensive prospecting program. Typically get through that quieter period, that December, January, when maybe your mindset's not quite in the game, and definitely the buyers and sellers aren't. But there's an opportunity there to grow some business. We ran a thing called Sprint a little while ago, where there was daily activities and challenges and a bit of fun to do. This is very similar, but on a much, much, much bigger scale. There's 10 weeks of daily content. There's a 30-minute power session every day. So there's a different speaker coming in every day with a different topic every day to give you that motivation, to give you that insight, to give you those tools so you can go out there and generate some more business. And we're really focusing on 2025. We're really focusing on February, kicking off 2025 to be a great year. It's open to everybody, agents, associates, managers, anyone could get on board. It is an amazing thing. That's the calendar. This is all they've been able to release to me at the moment. They're still building everything, but get on board with this. You can see that every single day there's something different going on. And it's the Mark McLeods, it's Bianca Denims, it's all the top agents, all the top trainers getting involved on a daily basis, giving you those little bits of inspiration and information. There's over 700 agents already registered across Australia and New Zealand, so it's going to be huge. And there's going to be that little bit of a network and a little bit of support going on a daily basis. All the online sessions are lunchtime New Zealand, so it's not really early in the morning or really late in the afternoon or nighttime. So it's lunchtime, so it's a doable thing. There's weekly prizes for different targets and overall prize winners, and the whole thing kicks off on November 18. So register now. I'll pop another. You would have got emails on this already. Some things can tend to get a bit washed over with so many things that we get. I will be sending this back out again. But it is really, really important that, to have that little bit of a spark coming into 2025. Everybody seems to be getting quite busy at the moment. If you're not busy, this could be something that'll turn your business around. Give you that little bit of motivation, give you that little bit of energy to really crack through into the new year. The last piece I've got, and it is really quick, is training side of things. We've got Ratna coming out from the Ray White office in Auckland. She's the digital performance specialist. She'll be visiting the city office 1st of October at 10 o'clock and 1st of October at 1 o'clock into the Hutt Valley. She's going to be looking at the digital side of things, a little bit of Nurture Cloud, a little bit of all the other things that are going on in the digital world in Ray White as well. So she'll be a valuable piece to sort of talk to, learn from, give you the updates of what's actually happening in that digital space within Ray White. That is all I have. Happy to answer any questions anybody might have. I'll just have a look at the chat box. Andrew Brody, got a question?
Yep, the advertising one. When do the agents get charged?
So agents don't get charged. So this is a transaction between List Now and the vendor. So the vendor has access to the portal to pay the advertising dollars. So they have an option of paying cash from their bank account or putting it on their credit card. That's the simple way. Otherwise, they can opt to defer payment till settlement. And that transaction is handled between List Now and the vendor. The funds, though, come to us within 24 hours.
Ah, right, okay.
So we all get paid up front as far as the advertising goes. If they want to do something additional, like, I don't know, get a painter in or whatever it may be, that's separate with the vendor and List Now. If the vendor defaults or whatever it may be, separate to us. Nothing to do with us, all List Now. So the big thing for us is we've got now a really strong, secure portal that takes the advertising dollars, that gives us all the information we need to allocate that to your account, to your advertising, and we get paid that within 24 hours.
Right.
Credit card's the only thing. So we've been running a little bit, I don't know my words there, a little bit rough at the moment. Maybe that's the right word, I don't know. So credit cards does take 3 days, okay? So, and that's been the way for many, many years. We just haven't enforced it or was aware of it. So that payment portal is very important to us in that, get that security right, but also, we get paid, we get on with the property, we get on with the marketing, and the vendor then, sorts out List Now at the end. Yep.
Right.
What in the room?
With AIE, is there a minimum sign-up time?
Good question, Katie. I've had that one before. So Eve is a month-to-month basis, okay? And I put this question to them a couple of days ago, could somebody come into Eve, clean their data and then cancel? And yep, sure can. He said a little bit naive. The idea of Eve is, you run an open home this weekend with, 15 people coming through your properties. That night, Eve's going to go through and clean that data, add the properties in, look at all the things around what they do. So it is an ongoing thing that you don't need to have somebody cleaning through your data all the time. But yep, it's a month-to-month basis. The only thing they did say to me was if somebody did come in, for a very short term and then cancelled, they may not be allowed back in. Okay, so I think it's a small price to pay for a really great tool that's going to be ongoing within your database. Thank you, Katie. Anyone else got any questions? Let's have a look at the chat room again.
Yeah, Carl, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can, Tony.
With the list now, what level of dollars can you go to? What's the fee? And what happens if they don't sell for months and months or take it off the market?
Yep, good. Multiple questions. So the limit, I believe, is 30K.
Yeah.
Yeah, up to you whether you want to encourage that or not, but 30K is the limit. If they don't sell, that arrangement is with List Now and the vendor. So there will be an interest payment, like a credit card scenario, short-term loan thing. I think the establishment fee for that first 3 months, the 90-day period, I think that's $100 and something. It is dependent on the dollar value that they have. Okay, so if it's if it's small, it's going to be small. If it's large, it's going to be a little bit bigger. But it's $100 and something from what I know on average.
Yeah.
Okay.
All good.
Matt Ross, question.
Yeah, so with the removal of AIM, does that affect the 997 or the listing fee? Because that was always incorporated into that as well.
Yeah, no, it doesn't affect anything. The listing fee doesn't have AIM in it, nor does the admin fee have AIM in it. So it's just a company cost that we bear. So no change there whatsoever. Amanda?
Oh, I was going to ask the same. You always put a dollar value on it of $399. Hey, do you have anything? I know that you're going to do training on the 7th, but do you have anything that you could send in advance from BeSeen?
Yes, we will be sending. There'll be the actual vendor brochure coming out probably Monday. We're just doing some fine tuning on that. So we're going to start supplying with information. So you're talking to vendors today, well, from Monday on, that you'll have some documentation to talk about that for the ones that are coming in the future.
Do they have a demo video?
The one that I showed today, I could probably try and figure out how to get that shared with you, put it up on YouTube, give me the link, that sort of thing. So definitely in the brochure that I have seen, there is a QR code to scan that will show you the reporting and links to some demo properties. Definitely. Okay. I might try and see if we can get our property as the demo property in there as well.
Can I just jump in there? So also we ran a test with Andrew and Pano, so they might be able to also just let you know their impressions, which was really positive as well. But we'll be getting lots and lots of collateral from BeSeen leading up to that launch.
Beautiful. Steve Mahoney. Microphone, Steve. Microphone, Steve. Microphone, Steve. Can't hear you.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're back.
There we go. There we go.
Okay, Carl, do we own BeSeen, or are we likely to run into the competitors taking it in time?
I wouldn't think so. BeSeen's they're based. I'm trying to think where the guy was. I think they're based in Auckland or Sydney. I can't remember. But Ray White International has invested into the company, so I can't see them. While there is a sister product that is slightly different available to everybody, the BeSeen product is exclusive to Ray White.
Terrific.
Beautiful. Matt, you got another one?
Thank you.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah. What is the cost, if any, to BeSeen, and can we apply it to current listings?
It's $399. It's the same, actually the same price. You can apply it as an additional cost, yes, up until the 18th. From after the 18th, it'll be included, as was AIM.
That's fantastic.
So there'll be no cost going forward then for BeSeen, basically.
No, we're just replacing out BeSeen with the AIM program.
Okay.
Sorry,
cool.
other way around. Replacing AIM with BeSeen. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Did you have another question, Steve, or is your hand still raised?
No, it has still around. No, it's all good.
Cool. Okay. Just looking at the when will the pre-release presentation documents be updated and dropped to show this? Yeah, Julie, yeah, we'll have all that stuff sorted out fairly soon for all this. Again, list now was only signed off yesterday. So we're still in early days. There's a quick change to the presentation. Didn't know if I was going to get that in or not. But the BeSeen stuff, we hope by Monday, we'll have the vendor presentation material available with some examples of what it looks like there. Databasing, what's the term and condition of the contract with them? Performance 6 months. Yep. Total offer as an option. Yep. I think we just said that, Phil. Yeah, cool. Okay. If there's no other questions, we'll wrap things up. Anything you want to chuck in, Pete?
Just to, kia ora, Carl, ka pai. So what does this mean in terms of working smarter? In an era of artificial intelligence, and to be honest, I think I experienced my first artificial intelligence last night. I had this person call me up in terms of doing a survey, and it seemed so real, this lady. But after coming off it, I thought it was artificial intelligence. It was just so real. But the way she answered these questions and the way I answered them and the information she had, it was too real. It's surreal. So artificial intelligence, security, us keeping ahead of the game, is going to be constant. So as far as this is concerned, it's keeping us ahead of the game. But of course, the important thing is, it's you buggers. It's you guys. This is all based for you, but you've got to have the business, don't we? So we've got to make the calls. If you're feeding all this information into dashboard, and you can show your forthcoming clients, this is what I've been doing. This is my success. Well, that's got to come from somewhere, and of course, it's going to come from business. And that's where we've got to feed this all into. And that's where these systems are going to work for all of us, is us having the business and then letting this take care of it all. So, ka pai. All right.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Pete. Appreciate that.
Beautiful. Okay. We'll see you again. We'll have another one of these and look forward to that. And so be in touch. Kia ora, everyone. Okay.
Kia ora.